Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Excel? Can you hear me,
Good morning,
Dr. Sarkar?
Good morning, everyone.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, let's start it. This is not Amsterdam, but this is a part of VRDays. The entire program will go to VRDays Amsterdam, and the Doctors Forum will take care of that. Uh, Basically, probably in the other time, if you want to see that, we will give you that link also, which will be in the Amsterdam. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me explain that exactly what we want to do today. We have two options, two aim of today's discussion. Number one, that we have some doctors and we have some VR professionals. So the doctors are thinking something which they can put in their practice, in their, that in the regular these things, that regular treatment, but that is not available here. And we already have some VR practitioners here, some companies here. It will be when they will display these things to Amsterdam, there will be some other people, they will also give some ideas and all this, okay? So let's start these things like that way. We will discuss first the doctors exactly what he is facing, what is the problems and all this, and what is his expectation. If he have something in his mind, or if he already put something in his treatment, so we can we also want to listen that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we do not have, it's a winter morning. Probably all the people is not yet reached. Mm, it is one of the biggest problem here. Let me share some of our old concepts and all this. Yesterday we got a round table at Amsterdam. You don't know probably how we are doing all these things. In Amsterdam, we have a very interesting concept. It's a embodied your avatar will be there. Means like if Dr. Excel want to go there, he can go, he can walk, he can reach to anybody, can discuss. So that was the part in Amsterdam. So in the morning, yesterday morning, actually every day we have a new people. Yesterday morning, we received phone call, probably 16 people was there to join, and we got 14 people's phone call. They said that we can't join it. So we have this idea that let's make these things like this way. We are doing live. This live is going on there also, and afterwards they will take this content and give it to to the Doctors Forum. Okay, so let's the modus operandi of the entire thing is that all the speakers are requested to 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 give a kind of self ideas, bio and all this, and then you start your talk and all this. So first of all, let me discuss that who are supposed to be here today. First is Mr. Bhudev Chakraborty and Dr. P.B. Sharkar, Dr. Shivabroto Roy Chaudhary, Dr. Shantanu Mallik. He will join from Mumbai, and he is in a kind of an institute, medical college. So he said that he will be little late because of he will take care of in between two classes and all this. And Dr. Ruzinur, he will connect here from Malaysia. And Dr. Shanjivan Mitro, he is from the hospital. He said that I am in the OT, and as soon as I have time, I will come. And Dr. Alex, Alex, can I means is this the right pronunciations, Dr. Alex? It's okay. I can't hear you. You are
It's
yeah, yeah.
it's uh, you have to give me time to unmute. No, the correct spell. It's
I know you are our Alex. I know, but for other
Axel,
people,
Axel,
yeah,
Axel, not Alex. Alex is not my name. Axel, the
Axel,
other way
Axel.
around.
Yep, yep,
Axel,
Axel.
yeah,
Yeah.
Axel. That's the right
Okay,
way.
okay,
Axel is the right way. Yeah, Axel
okay,
Angel.
okay. Great. And Dr. Shorter is the right way to.
Shaka, yeah.
So let me put it because of Axel is from you're from Australia, isn't it, Axel?
I am from Germany now, so I am
Acha, you're
here
from
very close to
okay,
Amsterdam.
okay. Okay, actually, we are not talking long, long time.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't have this kind of webinar and all this. So that was the things. So I'm first requesting Dr. Shorkar to discuss because of he is a practitioner and he is an eye surgeon and by the way, I am also a patient of Dr. Sarkar. Okay, and by the way, he's all the equipments and all these things is pretty sophisticated. I seriously love his concepts and all this. Yesterday, we are just discussing with Dr. Sarkar that just few days back, I was in a eye hospital nearby to my home. That's one of the very big hospital here in Kolkata. And as soon as I enter to my doctor's room, I just get these things, these ideas that one small kid, maybe 2, 3 years old, are crying like anything, and she will not show her face to the doctor. Doctor was also very furious, and doctors said to her mother that I seriously don't want to see this patient anymore. Don't come. And they left that particular place. Then doctor said, yes, tell me, professor, what is the problem? So I said, my first problem is that why that kid is crying like anything? What is the problem? Then he said that look, basically, she got some severe problem in her eyes. She's suffering from cancer, and already 4 5 chemo was over. I seriously want to see her eyes. And last many months, maybe 4 months, I'm trying to see her eyes, but she is doing the same thing. I said you can put a very simple machine, a kind of head-mounted device is available throughout the country, not throughout the country, throughout the globe. Unfortunately, in our country, is not available. So you know like on that particular head mounted devices you can watch the entire uh, part of her eyes, and the kid can see some other things, maybe a story, maybe another whatever you want to put on that. So this is a kind of a solution, and throughout the globe, doctors are using. Why you are not using this? Then they said, "Oh, this kind of things is available." Like this is lack of awareness. So that is the reason we want to do this exercise that exactly what or how to proceed. So over to Dr. Shorkar. We want to listen in the morning first Dr. Shorkar's idea that exactly uh, what's his concepts in this.
Good morning to all, and I'm very thankful to Shomir to invite me in this wonderful session. And actually, I'm very interested in this type of procedure which Mr. Shomir and the team is going to introduce here. Actually, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. P.B. Sharkar from Kolkata, working in my own nursing home for last 30 years. And as I'm a senior doctor and I'm a bit comorbid due to my physical problem, in this pandemic period, I was very feared to attend my clinic personally, physically. But as I have a huge patient database and they always want my service, I thought how we can give their service being away from my clinic. This is the picture of my clinic. I am not in the clinic, I'm in my other place. Then I decided to install some devices so that so that what people say video call. In the video call, you can see the patient and they give the service. So initially we started this simple video call, which other people do in case of other services. But I faced some problem. One problem is, the major problem is, that is the mental blockage of the patient. As a eye physician, eye surgeon, most of the patients come to us for the refraction. Second group of patients who come to us in this pandemic period, because of prolonged use of computer or laptop or smartphone, dryness of the eyes and pain in the eyes and the vision problem. Third group of patients who comes to us with some infection, some pain and others. So I thought the first group can be easily managed by my optometric assistant. But second and third group is not so easy to manage with this video conference. Another problem is I noticed the patient in this area, I may be specific to my locality around the Kolkata, Kolkata, most of the patient becomes comfortable when you see a doctor in front of him. Doctor's patient eye-to-eye contact is very important in the treatment of all disease, particularly in eye problem. And as a senior person, the infection of COVID from eye is very, very, very frequent and very dangerous. So I did not took any chance to be present physically there in my clinic. Then what I did, as the patient want to see a doctor eye to eye, I installed in my clinic a huge TV monitor, a huge LED monitor. There, from my house, in my house and in the clinic, I installed the webcams, high quality webcams. So when I see a patient from my house, the patient sitting on my clinic, they see me in two-dimensional picture. And when I have managed the seat in front of my clinic and in my house, so that the eye-to-eye contact with the patient is very easy. So patient looks to my eyes in the huge monitor, and I look to the patient. So a problem has been solved by the psychological problem. The patient doctor is in front of me. Second is the refraction. My experienced optometric assistant do the refraction, and from my house, I guide by assistant to do this. When they take the snap of the auto refractometer to calculate the power in the huge monitor behind the screen, I can see the data coming there. Suppose one patient is suffering, has a power of +1 or -1, I can see from here. Hello. And so I can guide my assistant to put this power, and change the angle of the power so that I can get a more accurate power and patient becomes satisfied so that doctor is in front of him. So the first problem has been almost solved. The patient becomes happy with getting a new power prescription, and I'm also happy. But when a patient comes with the other complaint, like burning of eyes, like watering from the eyes, I have to do the slit lamp examination in my clinic. So what my assistant does now, he puts the patient in front of the machine, and my assistant looks the eye from here. But I cannot see the picture, what the guy is seeing. While my assistant is seeing in the eye, I cannot see it. So that here is the lag. I want such a device. I discussed with Shomi to please guide me such a device so that when my assistant is seeing the patient in my clinic, I am in remote, I can also see the same picture from my house. Suppose one patient has come with a corneal ulcer, small corneal ulcer. When patient comes, sits on the first chair and opens his eyes, and I can see the ulcer is there, but I cannot see the depth of the ulcer. I can see the strength of the ulcer. I can see the small peripheral details of the ulcer, which my assistant can see. But my assistant, I want to see myself also. So I want such a device so that when my assistant is seeing the cornea in the slit lamp, I can see the same thing from my house so that I can guide my assistant to do this and that. Next, few patients come to us with a complaint of suppose diabetic retinopathy or macular degeneration or like retinal problem, detachment of retina or this and that. In that case, what I did when I was in chamber, I put a indirect ophthalmoscope in my head, and through the lens I can see the details in internal side of the retina. But now what I'm doing now, I have a fundus camera in my chamber, high performance fundus camera. My assistant doctor takes a picture of the eye with the help of the fundus camera, and he sends me in the WhatsApp or email. But I cannot satisfy with that one because I cannot see the detail. I can see the details, but I want a three-dimensional examination, so that when my assistant is seeing the patient with the headache with the machine in his head, the same thing I want to see in my chamber. Suppose my assistant is seeing a small bleeding in the upper temporal corner of the retina. I also want to see that one at the same time, and I want to see the peripheral area of the retina where the bleeding is there, so that I can understand the exact cause of bleeding. That is not possible in this type of management. So if I get a survey device so that the same thing which my assistant is seeing here there, and I can see in my remote chamber, then the treatment will be more easy. My service to the patient will be more satisfactory. And third of all is the minor procedures. Suppose a patient has come with a small foreign bone in the eyes, if dust is foreign, and it needs removal. Or a patient comes to me with a complaint of the flex in the cornea, which needs removal. Removal is very easy. When I am in my chamber, I can remove it. But now my assistant is very expert, but I want to guide him millimeter by millimeter how to remove the foreign body or the patch. So that if I can see a device from if I can put a device in my chamber like that, I can tell my assistant, please draw the forehead in the left side, upper side, left side. So this thing would be easy. So this is the drawbacks in my recent management of the patient from this remote practice. But when I'm discussing with Shomi, he told me they are inventing or developing such thing so that I can solve this problem. not my solve my problems. If I get this equipments, these procedures in my hand, I can do practice throughout the world. Suppose what I can join staying in Kolkata, I can practice in Delhi hospital, I can practice in the UK hospital, any world hospital I can do practice. So my service should not be limited to Kolkata only. I can give my service, I can give my experience to all hospitals available with this type of modules. So, thank you to all, and I am waiting here and want to know if I can get some help devices from Mr. Shumir and your team. Thank you, Mr. Shumir.
Thank you, Dr. Sharkar. It's really insightful, really interesting. And the most important concept here that doctors will go global.
Yes.
Basically, that is the major intake. I know Dr. Sharkar and his chamber, one of the, seriously at this moment, is one of the very sophisticated chamber with the instrument and all this. So many times I ask what this machine is doing, why this machine is there, and why you put all these things, you know. And he got medical knowledge and, of course, other equipments knowledge also very much. He explained me, and that is another very interesting point. Now next speaker, I'm going to Axel, just give us some ideas, give your introduction, a brief introduction, and some ideas of your country too.
Well, actually, okay, good morning. Actually, I'm Axel Angeli. I am coming from Germany, and I am basically a computer scientist who concentrates very heavily on what we call today artificial intelligence, which means making use and making sense of big data, of the data that we are gathering from everywhere in the world, with the word Internet of Things now. So we have a lot of data, and we put mathematical algorithms on top of this big data, and we try to have machines to give us an analysis of the data and help us to make better decisions. That is what we understand under artificial intelligence nowadays. And that is my core concept. You know, okay, Germany is known as a high technology country, where a lot of these developments in modern technologies are also made along there. But I must actually admit, if you look really into the world, the country where the technology... Hello? Yep. Okay. The country where nowadays most technology is developed and really put into practical solution, that is India. And that is why I'm working very closely also with India. So I found it quite interesting actually to hear from a practitioner what an eye doctor today wants to see from us engineers as a device. In a first glance, Mr. Shaka, what you proposed is looks like having a camera where you can look at, and then you can distribute and disseminate the picture all over the world. But when one looks at the technical intricates, then I'm not aware if such a device exists now in the world already. We have a lot of robots in medicine, especially in microsurgery. We have these kind of robots where you can make a picture somebody is doing a surgery, and even the robot itself is doing the surgery, and the doctor is using only a joystick, and the surgery is distributed as a video across the world. The problem is that an eye, a human eye or an eye of a mammal, is not a simple camera. First of all, it is, you might rather imagine it as a conglomeration of 1,000, maybe even more than 1,000 cameras at the same time that are looking at different spots where you are looking to. And it works only in combination with our brain, because the brain actually tells us which camera is currently analyzed as the picture that we really see in the brain. So it is not just having a camera, having a picture and putting this picture into the brain and then it's done. No, there is an intelligent process that processes the picture and then makes the picture that we as humans want to see out of it. So this is one of the difficulties that we have if you want to build such a device. But such a device is possible. It is subject to research, and the question is only if one of these modern startups or one of the university researchers is really picking up this as a need and focuses on doing that. And let's think the whole story further on. If I have now the 1,000 pictures that I take from this device, so just repeat again, let's imagine what we're doing. We're looking through a camera, which actually is an assembly of 1,000 cameras. This camera looks on the eye of the patient, and we want to intelligently control the cameras, ideally in a way, when I look at a certain spot of the patient's eye, I want to see exactly this picture. And if I move my own eyes to look at a different spot of the patient's eye, I want to see this different spot. So this is one of the challenges that we have to solve such an augmented reality thing in a way how a doctor would imagine to work, have it work. And then we, of course, can distribute this picture around across the world so that other doctors can see and that they can contribute. But we can do even more. If we have an electrical picture, if we have a picture already taken by a camera, then we can have the mathematical algorithms that we call artificial intelligence analyze these pictures that we see. And with this analysis, the computer can immediately compare these pictures with trillions of other pictures he might have taken already, and can communicate through the internet, even with resources that are outside the institute, and compare this information and to find out if this, what it sees, is normal or is in the range of normal, or whether that is something that is maybe pathologic. So we have the ability to take these pictures, to merge them with the big data that we find out there in the world, and have the computer do, would not say a decision in that, say first to do an analysis and give us additional hints. So it's not only Dr. Shaka, it's not only his assistant, it is 10 million assistants who have stored their memory in the internet already that are also investigated at the same time in lightning speed. And that's the advantage of the internet, that we are connected in real time with the whole world. So that is, from a technology point of view, a possibility to do. And let's think it even further. If a computer has done an analysis, he can go into a prediction. That is what we call predictive analysis, by the way. And he can say, okay, if we see a picture like this, then we will have this kind of serious problems in the future with this eye, what we see now, or it's going away from its by itself from experience. And when a computer had made a prediction already, then he usually can also make a prescription. So he gives a solution. He suggests, okay, from experience, this kind of medicine could help, this kind of treatment could help, or you have maybe not a problem with the eyes, because the problem that you see in the eye is actually a problem with the stomach. So you should better see a doctor who is going to examine your stomach in addition, because the problem that is reflecting in the eye is not coming from the eye, and the eye is only the mirror of it. So, that is, from a technology point of view, what is behind such a technology. When looking into the eye, we can have cameras, but we need more than one camera. We need 1,000 cameras who is taking really good pictures from different angles, from different spots from the patient's eye, is putting them together. And that's the challenging part in an artificial intelligence driven algorithm that allows to merge all these pictures into one single picture. And that is the one what the doctor wants to see. And once we have this, we can distribute it in the world and have other computers' information merged together as a solution. So that is what I wanted to show a little bit from the technology point of view. As an outlook, developing such a device, of course, gets faster and faster nowadays, luckily. And if you would start developing it today, I think it would take 3 years' time until we have something that is market ready for such things. I think I will stop it here and give a chance to the other speakers to give their views also. Greetings from Germany. Thank you.
Thank you, Excel. It's really insightful how to discuss, how to compare. I do not know. This is a very, very interesting. You explain the entire thing to everybody. I'm requesting the speakers, if they have any questions, you can ask Dr. Excel later on. So I'm now going to Mr. Bhudev Chakraborty to give us a little, because of the healthcare part, he is influencing me because of this much of big, symposium. We should take care of the healthcare from India. So, Mr. Chakraborty, over to you. Just give your brief bio, kind of. Just discuss about you a little bit, and then you just start your talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mukherjee. Am I audible properly?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Good. So, yeah, it's very nice meeting you all. And also, I thank VR Academia, Kolkata, for giving me this opportunity to attend this, meeting all of you experts in the AR/VR field and also in the medical. So, truly speaking, I am just a solution architect. So that way, I started my career with missile development, integrated guided missile development program in DRDO. And 12 years I was there. So healthcare became actually you can call it as an accidental healthcare expert. Okay, so I don't have any MBBS degree or medical degree, or I don't have any, formal healthcare practice or healthcare, training or skill with me. But as if, I was associated with so many organizations, including that one was National Institute for Smart Government in India. And I started their healthcare vertical. And nearly 15 years, I was there to create the healthcare policies of Government of India and some of the states, including the state of West Bengal. And my main role was the architecting the healthcare solutions for the government hospitals, and also the healthcare technologies, suggested healthcare technologies for the private sectors. One of my technology which is implemented is 108, which is an emergency response systems, and I think 18 states in India now has implemented, and the health policy and the standard EMR standard, or EHR standard actually we call it, that is being followed mostly in most of the places in India. So that way, yes, I am involved a little bit, and particularly from the concept of introduction of emerging technologies in the healthcare area. Coming to the point of using the technologies in healthcare, one of the issues which I found during my experience is that somehow the healthcare industry or the healthcare as a domain in India is not ready to embrace with the latest technological advancements which is available in the world. I don't know the reason. I was always trying to find out that what could be the reason that they are not. So one of the reason can be that the hospitals are overwhelmed with the load of the patients, and doctor doesn't get time to actually think of anything else other than treating their patients. The doctors which I meet, they get 180, 150 patients per day. And you can imagine, after seeing or taking care of 150 patients, where is his time to actually think of the new technologies? So we were always thinking that is it possible that the technology can be used to, and how it can be used in a mutual beneficial manner. So that is one area I worked for a long period, that is more than 7 8 years. Second area I worked is that the healthcare in India is hospital centric or government centric. Government hospitals, government provide the facilities. Nobody bothers about the patient. Patients are just a number, and they follow the processes, whatever is available in the hospitals or in the government processes, and they just follow them, and whatever is the way it goes that way. Nobody bothers whether it is patients are liking it or patients are not liking it, but all these things are not actually being taken care properly. So in this type of scenario, again, I found it very difficult to actually bring it, the emergent technologies, which always talk about a patient-centric healthcare systems in a country. So finally, we could create an environment, and we could create 2-3 projects in India. Dr. Mukherjee will be knowing some of them. So those projects actually, we said that it would be patient-centric, and all the patient data will be collected in a federated manner in the hospitals or in the places where the data will be the patient by the other people. Now, this has come very, very recent time. I think 6 months or 8 months only this point has come. So in this scenario, when we have got this concept now ready, and we have made it as a rule, and we have created an organization also called National Digital Health Bureau. Okay, so this NDHB is now going to take care of it. So now it is a time actually for us to use the emerging technologies and put it into action, so that the data can be transferred from one place to another places, and the people can use the technologies to do the analyze the data or do the things on that. So with this concept available, I think it is a good time. We have heard Dr. Sarkar and also Dr. Axel Angeli. So talking about, particularly Dr. Sarkar talking about that assistant is checking the retina, and he can actually go through all the things, whatever the assistant is saying. Now it is possible, but previously it was a difficult thing on a national manner. It is being done. I'm not saying not being done, but it is being done on from the hospital's point of view on a case-to-case basis. So with this, what we are proposing now, that if it is possible, we can use a training center which where we can provide a AR/VR based training facilities, and we can provide training to the assistants, because in India, the number of doctors are very less. So that is why the load on the patient load on doctor is very, very high. So is it possible that the assistants can actually take care of the patients and they can be connected with the telemedicine with the AR/VR facility to the doctor? Then doctor can actually check more patients, and only the doctor's intervention is required when the patient, actually the assistant is not able to do the job. So only then, and we have seen that a number of cases, maybe 60 to 70% cases, that the assistant can take care of the patient, and we need not actually bother about the doctor. So with this concept, actually, it is possible to create some training centers and training content, which can be used by the assistant to first learn, and then connect it to the doctors and create an ecosystem where doctor, patient, and the assistant in between, we can actually give a better service to the patient. So this is one area I think is coming up, and I'm working on it, and also a lot of other people are also working on it. And there are some companies I know also they are working and to create this ecosystem along with the NDH. Second thing I want to talk about is mental health. Now, mental health is one area, again, India is lacking. And I think this is an area where AR/VR can play a huge role. And throughout the world, AR/VR is being used for the mental health patient. So positively, that is another area where we can really think of using AR/VR into the treatment of the mental patients. And we can create some studio type of things, which can be, see, it is not possible for every doctor to create their own AR/VR facilities and treat the patient. I don't think that is a good solutions for India type of country. But what we can do is we can create a studio type of things, and we can give this studio for use to the doctors, and for taking care of the mental health patients. So that is also another area I think we can go ahead. So these are the areas. Positively, there are so many other areas like for the surgeries, for surgeries already being used, for post-trauma treatment, which is again already being used. So many other places also AR/VR can be used. But I think we should create a strategy. We should create an ecosystem where the government, the people like us, the people like Dr. Sarkar, the people like Dr. Axel, people like Dr. Mukherjee. So all these people can come together and create an ecosystem which can be used in a very, very efficient manner by the other people who are not in this particular forum which we are going to create. So again, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Any question is there, I am ready to answer.
Bhudev sir, evolve a very dangerous area that patients are just a number. That is seriously touch our heart that yes, it is true. We have checked these things during this COVID period. Yes, they're treating that patients are just a number. Now, how to mitigate it? Again, he got some very interesting proposal also. just make our ecosystems of the technologies, ecosystems of the lab, ecosystems of the doctors and all this. Otherwise, it is very difficult to mitigate. What he said, this is a proven methodology in the world. So only thing is that somebody have to, bell the cat. That is the things. But seriously, this is one of the very, very important issue at this moment, that patient are human being. That is seriously, we have to believe, we have to inculcate these things in the patient's mind. Another very interesting part, he said that the training center, yes, training center is seriously lacking. I have Dr. Roy Chaudhary from a training institute. Probably he will discuss in this. I don't want to discuss, though I am also from a university. He is also from the same university, and he can give us a little light on that. And the last one on that, where I seriously want to discuss a little bit, that the mental health. In the foreign country, there is so many lab for to correct the phobia part of it. Okay, phobia is also a part of mental health. Unfortunately, in our country, they are counseling. I do not know that how much we can get out of this counseling, but phobia is controlled by VR, AR, MRXR like miracle. And anybody can start these things, and anytime we have all the equipments, all these things, even in our lab also, where we are sitting now, how we can do that? No problem at all. But that's not our part, our business. We need doctors, we need so many people. We are absolutely purely technologists here. So that is the major important problem. Now we have another talk. Yeah, you want to do me something? Yes.
I just want to add on this phobia thing, because it's a very nice point you mentioned, because the COVID has shown us how dangerous this phobia is to the humankind. Now, I have seen people in last 2 years, not only the phobia of COVID is there, anyhow we know, and a lot of people are talking about it. But phobia of losing job, phobia of not connecting with the people, phobia of not putting a foot outside the door. I still remember that 2 months back, actually, I took my mother out for a, for to a restaurant for a dinner. And that was the first after the COVID thing, around 3 months back, actually. She was actually shaking when I have taken her to the lift. And I said, "What is the problem? Are you not well?" She said, "No, can I go out?" So she's 78 years. So she, 1.5 years inside the apartment, and going out of the apartment is a phobia now. Can I go? Can I go out? So, and so like that, I found at least 7, 8 phobias, which we found actually this area during this time, which can be treated very well. And it can be treated so fast that actually in a week, the person can come to the same places where they were before the COVID. And very unfortunately, in India particularly, there is no facility of talking to these people. Actually, they will laugh. If I say that, oh, this is a phobia, they say, take her out for just 2-3 days, the phobia will go. So it is like, they don't understand that there's a mental block and it doesn't go away so fast. So thank you, Dr. Mukherjee, that you brought this point and it's this point actually. So I couldn't control myself of talking about it. So this is a really very interesting point which we can actually start. And this is coming up, and it will become more and more important in our life in future.
I rather request all the speakers, if you have anything Anything to discuss with the other co-speakers? You finish it up now. Now means after finish that thing, because of he can remember, you can remember. After that, it will be very difficult, because of at the end of the entire show, entire these discussions, I will request you people to spend 5 minutes with us. We will take you to Amsterdam, and in our exhibition center and all this. You will love it. The way we are doing these things and all. This is also very new in India. Not in India. India, we are the only people who are doing this uh, in the world. This is absolutely very, very new concept. Now, our next speaker, again, another very interesting subject. He is doing Dr. Shantanu Mollik from Mumbai. He just left his class for a few minutes and he said that, okay, I will definitely come. So Dr. Mollik, please. Is it so? Why? Oh. You will come again? Okay. Then Dr. Shubhobroto Roy Chaudhary, I'm requesting Dr. Roy Chaudhary to discuss a little, because of Dr. Roy Chaudhary got a long experience. Is Dr. Roy Chaudhary is there? Can you check, please? Is there or not? No, probably Dr. Roy Chaudhary is also left. Yeah. Doctors are busy, always. Huh? Dr. Shubhobroto Roy Chaudhary. Okay, fine. In any case, then what we'll do, we can make a kind of a question answer forum for 2 to 5 minutes. If you have any questions, you can ask all your co-speakers. Then we'll go to the that our Amsterdam VRDays Global Village, and you will love that thing for 5 minutes. Let's go together. So if you have any questions, Dr. Sharkar or Excel or Budeb sir or anybody, you can discuss it a little. And I'm requesting Pratik. Pratik is there?
Yes, sir.
So, Dr. Mukherjee, actually, I have another meeting at 12, so I will not be joining you at the Amsterdam.
Yeah,
but I have already done that, and I have already gone through the whole your arena there. So I don't think, and maybe I will be joining again.
Is entered. Okay, Budeb sir, no problem at all. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you then.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Now I'm requesting Dr. Shubhobroto Roy Chaudhary. He entered probably. Dr. Shubhobroto Roy Chaudhary is a veteran computer professionals for last probably 50 years. He was in the mainframe. I know Dr. Roy Chaudhary from that, means I know from the ages. He can give us a little bit of ideas because he's a kind of stalwart in this computer industries and all. So Dr. Roy Chaudhary, just introduce yourself a little bit and just give us a little light.
Thank you very much, Professor Mukherjee, Professor Dr. Excel Angelil, others who are present, also Budeb Babu. Perhaps this is a unique opportunity for me to speak something, the subject which you have designed today, AR, VR, academia and the international telemedicine problems and the medical aspects on which you are discussing. Although I am not a medical person, but I am a computer professional by nature. And I should say that this technology is most advanced technology. And this is a need of the hour. So far, we have in India, we have seen that Devi Sethi, how he is performing virtually. He is operating different patients, instructing the guides how to operate it, how to do it from a distance mode. So this VR technology and AR technology, virtual reality, it has a other impact in society. You see, you go to a remote place, you go to a place where there is no facility available, no doctors available, as you are speaking now, and the patients are there. So the patients can be visually seen by the doctors who are sitting, say, 2,000 miles from the place where you are detecting the patient. And the doctor can read the patient, doctor can see the patient, doctor can examine the patient virtually. And then he can prescribe medicines. And the guides and the doctors and the others assistants, they will be also doing their systematic job in a very nice manner so that the remedy gets into them and they get the treatment. With regard to the medicines and the advancements of medical technology, which I was just hearing from Budab Babu, that of course India is lacking behind this, but still India has covered such a lot of hurdles during this COVID period and have come up. So I think this technology is developing, and technology, medical technology, telemedicines, medical aspects, and pharmaceutical industries, they are coming in a very great way. Only the question is that in our country like India, where the people come from a very low sector, among low income group family, for them the treatment of these people becomes difficult. For them, the medicines and the application aspects becomes very costly to them, whatever way we proceed to them. And everything cannot be given free of cost. You see, there is a service charge also. There are so many things associated with it. So AR, VR technology, this can be a very new approach to set up units in different countries, set up units in different places, different states, different districts, and this can be a network movement which can be connected globally whenever, whatever possible, wherever applicable. So this is a technology which we should adopt and we should produce. And university level, we are introducing this telemedicine type of courses. We are encouraging students to come up to take up this profession. So there is a shortage of manpower also. So this is a huge opportunity where one side you can develop manpower who will be earning their living, and the other side you can give service to the people who are really in need of getting good service, good doctors, and good assistance. So this is my observation only. I shared it. Thank you very much, Mr. Mukherjee. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Raj Chaudhary. You are always great. I know you probably last 40, 45 years, and the dearth for knowledge, I seriously got this kind of, I inculcate these things in my heart, that how to be a knowledgeable person, be more knowledgeable from your end, for everything you want to learn. That is one of the very interesting point. Let's make these things. If you do not have any other question, then we'll go to Amsterdam for 5 minutes. You can check that basically what Dr. Shorkar just mentioned, that globe is very small, and what we did, let me explain this, that we make our own embedded avatar. Okay, this avatar is visiting Amsterdam, and attending the seminar and simultaneously enjoying, dancing, listening music and all this. The VRDays is one of the biggest symposium and exhibition in the world for the last 18 years. Last 3 years, they are doing these things virtually. The first year, of course, means 2019. They did it through these things, Zoom, what we are doing now. And afterwards, they got this idea that why not we use this embedded body and all this. So last year it was with that. And this year it is absolutely boom, absolutely in a different way. And probably you have heard that metaverse from Mark Zuckerberg and all this. This is metaverse. What we are doing at this moment, this is metaverse. Okay, so I'm requesting Pratik to let's start it and give a kind of a tour. Okay.
Yes, sir. So, wait a second. Is my screen visible? So, this is the level virtual world area, and this is the level virtual world area, and yeah, this is the avatar that will go around this level virtual world. You can use your keyboard arrow keys to move forward, backward, left, right. You can also view your avatar like this if you want to see how your avatar is looking in a normal way. And before entering this to the level virtual world, you could also get a chance. You will also get a chance to create your avatar by designing whatever you like. After this, you will go over there in the level virtual world, the main reception area in the beginning. So this is the reception area of level virtual world. And from over here, we are going over to the global event partner flow. This is the global partners event flow where VRDays Academy do have its office. So this is the global partner event flow. And here's our VRDays Academy India office. We do have 4 offices in total like this over here. And as you can see over here, there is a blue marking done. Not over here only, like in many places there is a blue mark like this. After entering into that blue mark, it will signify you that you are in a private room like this. It's signifying over here that you are in a private room. That means that any meeting or any discussions going on inside this area will be heard by the people present over here only, not anybody else. So this is the screen where you can upload your documents for the presentation parts and all like this. Take your mouse cursor over the screen, click the right button. You're going to get a dialog box just below the private room symbol. By clicking over upload or like share screen, I'm sharing my screen like now from here also. You can see like this, the share screen or the webcam, or the webcam also like this. And even you can upload the documents. Like this is the document that I have uploaded with the help of upload button. And for the meeting, if you want to sit, you can just click over the chair. You just grab the seat, and after clicking the space bar, you can have a look here and there properly. And after again clicking the space bar, your view will be locked. Suppose I've looked on the left side of my area and I've clicked the space bar and the view has got locked. After clicking any button in your keyboard, your avatar will stand and you're ready to go or move anywhere else. And this is the door lock control for the offices. Like once you click lock, it's locked. No one can come inside or can go outside. And this one is unlocked. So now let me show you by uploading one more document over here. I've clicked the right click all over the screen, gone with the option, click, and here is you have uploaded a document. Same way you can upload the PPTs for the presentations and all. Now let's move towards our another office. Yeah, there's another way you can move by clicking go to over your name like this, and you over here you get an option inside the global partner event flow. You get an option of offices. By clicking over here in office, you get the option of different offices available here, like VR Academy Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai, India. Okay, so right now I'm clicking over Hyderabad. So we are outside the Hyderabad office, and you can also move in the simultaneous manner, like the cursor coming in front of you in a shape of human. Just click anywhere, and your avatar will go automatically over there in an easy manner. This is our Mumbai office, and you can also change the layouts of the office by with the help of office configuration, like 3 is the 4, 1, 2. So from and this and over here, this is our Mumbai office, Delhi office, and from over here, I'm taking you towards the presentation room, where the keynote speaker give their speech and for their presentation parts. This is the presentation room. See, the presentation part is going on like our share screen. The room is empty because the presentation will start after, well, there's a timing like 2:30 and all. So the presentation will start after that only, the meetings and all. Yeah. So let's go out. And over here, this is it for over here. Let me take you to have a tour of Level Virtual World, some other areas. Yeah. As Professor Mukherjee has told that, yeah, your avatar can do anything, like we can clap, dance. Yeah, it is possible. By clicking it over on your name, you get options like cheers, clap, shake hands, and many more. So you can also move by clicking go to. Like if you want to go to the global partner event flow, click on go to global partner event flow. You're over there. Like if I want to go to the IFM talk, I can click IFM talks, and it's easy to diagnose where the flow is with the help of go to. So this is the IFM flow. The event will start afterwards, and come over here. Let's move to some other place. Yeah, we are on the reception area again. So over here on the left hand side, this is the Level Virtual World Conference Hall, where the live streaming basically goes for the around the globe. See, this is the Level Virtual World Conference You can have a seat anywhere, but by just clicking and spacebar to have a look, and again spacebar to lock it, and again you can move anywhere. There is a playground area also over here. You can run by clicking arrow and shift together. The the playground area also. Let me take you over there. So this is an immersive sound that they have used, as we are near the beach area also. So we can also hear the sound of ocean. So you can also come over here and play footballs and all. And from over here, we are going towards the beach area where there is a part of, this is a beach area of Label Virtual World, where you can also come and have fun while you want to drive this. Wait, you can also drive the speedboats if you want to have fun and all, like this, and you can come out. Each and every place in have its own meeting private area, like this is also a private area. If somebody wants to have a meeting with someone, you can go and sit in the private area mentioned. So this was a little a small tour for the Level Virtual World.
Thank you, Pratik. It's a great one. Okay, and now we have our last speaker, Dr. Alok Chakraborty. If he can give us a little bit of light on this subject, the healthcare and these things, you know. So, Dr. Chakraborty, please. Dr. Chakraborty? Dr. Chakraborty, can you hear me? Dr. Chakraborty, we are just waiting for you. You please unmute yourself. Probably he can't connect. He said from the morning onwards, he said that he can't connect it. So probably we can't have these communications at all with him. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Thanks to everyone, all the people, all these doctors and the professionals. And I hope in the future, we can do this kind of webinar. And I'm not believing in the webinar. To do something is my work. So if you can help us, we can do something in the future. Thank you once again for coming, and thank you so very much.